Welcome to the Accountability Call number 55. We are here to talk about the things that we want to do, the things we don't want to do. We got to do them anyway. Don't matter. Okay. We hold each other accountable to getting them done as mothers, as business owners, as Black women, adults. How are you today, Zanitra?
I'm feeling so good. I am still, found it. I am still
Good job.
celebrating my birthday. It's the whole month.
I love it.
It's the whole month. So we're on the ramp down,
Yes.
but it's still a celebration. So I'm feeling wonderful. How you feeling, girl?
I'm feeling really good today. It's funny because old Inez will not be feeling good today. Okay.
Okay.
Because yesterday, baby, I went through my mail and I was like, oh God. Oh, we can't stand going through mail, baby.
Girl, as I look at my mail that I have sorted and in piles on the floor, but haven't made it to the next
This
step.
is a whole bunch of mess like in there. And I'm just like, when you go through your mail, that's when you know you are officially adulting. And the things that come from what you need to do with your mail are all adult, boring stuff that you don't want to do. Like, and so I was just like, and maybe when I had a stack of mail, okay. And so I'm gonna be spending my day doing a lot of the adulting things that I don't really like doing. And old Inez would just be feeling like ugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I am like in such good vibes because I got some rest last night. I went to bed. I batched my content for today, which it took a stretch because I wanted to just be like, I'm too tired last night. I was like, no, ma'am. Well, after going through that mail, I was like, baby, we got to get this stuff done. Okay.
Responsibilities calling you.
Yes,
So you gotta
yes,
do.
yes. So I must do. So I'm feeling really good. Like, and also I learned last week. What I learned last week was a couple of things, but one of them is emotions destroy wealth and strategies build it.
I like that.
And I was like, you know what? We're going to gather up these emotions and we are going to get very serious about the things that are serious, right? We're not going to let the emotions hinder us or stop us from taking the actions that we know we have to take, that I know I have to take in order to get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is I was watching this girl's video last night, who is also a digital marketer on social media. And I realized I was like, listen, I need to stop trying to do my work outside of my life. I need to just incorporate my life into my work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm like, I'm about to just be doing content with my kids. Like, I'm gonna have them hold these cameras. I'm gonna have them involved, like, because I am a homeschooling mom of two, right? Children under 6. And they are a part of my everyday. So if I have to always wait until I'm not with them to do something, I will never be doing the things, like, because I'm with them all day. So yes, I'm feeling excited about incorporating because I know, especially True, she gonna love this, honey. So yes, I'm feeling excited today. What did you learn last week?
So within the last 7 days, 7 minutes, 7 hours, who's counting?
Listen,
I learned it. And so what I learned, or at least the video was talking about attracting people who are on the same frequency as you. Okay. Um and you do that. Well, once you do that, it is confirmation of the frequency that you're on. Right. So if you want to see what your frequency is, take a look at the people that you're attracting because it's going to show you, oh, that's where you are. And if you want to expand, if you like what you're doing, this is from a place of if you like the frequency that you're in. If you like that, then and you want to expand and be able to attract more people, opportunities, resources on that frequency, that in order to do that, you have to continue to go in. So in order to expand, expansion is never about looking externally and figuring out what other people are doing or comparing or letting somebody else tell you what you need to do. expansion is all about going deeper within yourself and looking for ways that you can be more of yourself in order to find that expansion.
Amen.
And when I tell you that has shown up in my life, like even just looking at the past 7 days, there are things, I would say there are frequencies that I was manifesting or calling into play, even looking back at your birthday celebration in Belize where we had our masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about wanting to be a master collaborator. And I have just been receiving so many opportunities to collaborate with some high frequency people.
Amen. Yes.
Which then tells me, oh, this is where I'm operating, right? And if I want more of that, continue to go in. And so just, I feel like I was living that. And then the video just told me what I was doing. Like, oh, that's why, right? You're seeing these people. And I think sometimes when we see people who we admire and we look up to, and not just see them, engage with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for you to be like, oh man, I wish I were more like them.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to realize is that you already are, and that's why you attracted them in the first place.
Come on.
So again, it's not about, oh, I see you out there, I want to be more like you. It's like, let me go deeper within, because I'm already in that space, because that's why you came into my life, because I attracted you, because I have those things. And so that's the space that I was living in. The video just really affirmed that. And it makes me want to go deeper within. So again, I can continue to expand, be more serious, be responsible, get the things done, because the opportunities at this frequency are there. I just can't let my emotions get in the way and destroy the world. Okay.
Amen.
You got to make sure you have the strategies to get through the mail.
Yes.
The strategies to manage all of these different opportunities, the strategies to continue to expand your network, and not being stuck in the emotions. So I feel like, what we learned was sisters.
Yes. Yes.
Page.
Amen.
But yes, 100%. That's what I learned.
I love it. Yeah, this is so true. Okay, so last week, I will tell you, I was not in this book much. Not much. So I'm gonna just see what had happened was. Okay, so what I was calling it was going to bed at 10. Listen, last week I was in the bed, baby.
Come on.
Okay. I was started Tuesday of last week. Since Tuesday of last week. Other than today. Other than today, I was up every day at 7 a.m.
That's how I know you were in the bed. Because you were up in the morning sending messages and you don't talk to me. Oh, she must have went to bed last night.
I went to bed. Okay. And that, I feel like, in so many ways is indicative of what I learned last week with regard to, like, because at night I don't be feeling like going to bed. Like, I be feeling like work. Now, even though, but the thing is, this is what happened. Last week I had to take my father to go get a new car. In what was it at? Jersey City? No, we was in Newark. And in order for us to get there on time, we had to leave here at 8:00. And so I had to get up at 7. Now, so Tuesday I had to get up at 7. And as I'm driving with my father, I said, "Now, why you can't get up for yourself?"
Ooh. Talk to you.
If you can get up for him, you ain't go to bed early. Monday night I ain't go to bed early. And I was up at 7:00, baby. So I could take my father where he needed to go. And from that point on, baby, I was up at 7:00 doing what I needed to do for me.
I love it.
So I went to bed. To bed. So yes, I did that for once. I also put well-managed setbacks and capacity. So I did the capacity exercise.
Oh, yes. Yes, because keep in mind, this is 2 weeks ago, because we didn't meet last
2 weeks ago.
So I'm like, what exercise? But yes, okay, I do remember. Okay, let's talk about it.
You do when you are at 1%, when you are, you're not at 1, but you're less than 50, or if you're at full capacity. So I literally wrote down, what are the things that I can do with regard to homeschooling, right? When I'm at these levels. What are the things that I can do with regard to parenting? Because we'll be trying to conscious parenting. But baby, when I'm at 1%,
baby, that old school flip real quick.
It kick in.
And I ain't for little friend.
Listen, Okay. And then I also did it for my business. Like, what are the things that I can focus on? And it was really, really helpful. In just like giving me permission to allow my forward progress to look different
Mm.
based on capacity. Right. So good. So I'll be continuing to implement that this week. Um, Building more trust with my audience. I have been building, like, the funny thing is, so I have decided that I am going to start a new Instagram page.
Okay.
It was a very long process of making the decision. I'm still going to be posting on my personal page at International Inez so people can find me there. But this course that I'm taking has taught me so much about how to leverage the algorithm to grow your page fast.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, and also build trust with your audience fast and to sell faster. And one of the things is, in order to be able to serve your people better, your page needs to be filled full of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And those people who are at a certain stage of the process, right,
Mm-hmm.
that you're ready to help them in. And it's harder to turn the ship of a page from, I've had my page, baby, since Instagram started, like, just since. And now I really want a page that is solely focused on one thing, and that is creating passive income streams that work even when I'm not. Right. And helping people do that as I learn to do that. Right. And so I want my audience to consist of that. So I've been building a lot of trust with my current audience, which consists of a lot of moms, a lot of my friends, a lot of my friends from college, people who are in my network. But I want to build a separate page that is for people who don't even know me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because that audience is so much larger.
Right.
Right. So I definitely was on the building more trust my audience. I use my girl Kiki, who's my chat GPT, to help me figure out how to build out this page. So I'm super excited because I know, with my page, I feel like back in the day, we just got on social media to be social.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But and even as I started shifting from coaching to digital products, I just kind of shifted in and just was like, this is what I'm doing now. But there is a certain level of branding from the beginning that can help excel the things that you're doing. So I'm looking forward to doing that with my new page. Clarity on next steps for financing. I ain't do none of that for real estate last week, but I need to be doing it this week. That's one of the things that is in my stuff I want to do in the mail,
Mm-hmm.
And more peaceful parenting. I feel like last week definitely was more peaceful parenting. Because I decided that I was not going to try to multitask, right?
Okay.
When I'm with True and Free as much as possible. Now, because in the multitasking looked like me trying to be with them, but it's really my brain multitasking, thinking about what I'm not doing or what I'm trying to do or what I need to do later or what I didn't get done or how I move. It ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So what I did was, instead I decided, like, all right, I'm gonna do my work early because I'm getting them early. Then when I'm with them, I'm gonna be present with them. We're gonna do the things, blah blah blah. And then as a part of our wind down, I may be able to start doing a little bit more work because they may be watching TV or whatever. And then I'm just gonna go to bed early so that I can get up early, right? And do the same thing over. So I did that last week. So I feel like I was living very principled last week, which was my word. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, which was my word, because with regard to the principles that I decided I want to do for my health, just staying consistent in my business, going to bed, were all things that were, principles that I wanted to implement throughout the year that I feel like in some way I've been kind of stumbling through. And I feel like last week I finally honed in, like, no, boo, these are not optional. We're going to take this serious. We are going to not let our emotions distort your wealth and stand on these strategies so we can build it. Okay.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. That was a good week. Okay. You did.
Listen, I had to give the 2-week update.
2-week update. Yeah, so I had to go back to 2 weeks. I'm gonna start. Okay, I was supposed to be working on my capability statement. that has been a process. And what I have learned about myself, oh, I forgot, is one of those tools where they talk about the visionaries, the executors, maybe the processors. I forget what the third category is.
Mm-hmm.
But as a visionary, I oftentimes always underestimate the amount of time it takes to complete something. I feel like everything is like, oh, I can do that tonight. No, ma'am, you can't. You could do it tonight if you knew all the things that it took to do it, but you don't. And you don't know those things until you start doing it.
Yes.
So I am now probably on week 3 of this capability statement
Oh, wow.
because I have been trying to get a couple certifications to put on a capability statement while in the midst of doing other things as well. So it's still on the list. It ain't get done yet. But it shall, because we are making progress. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 people that I needed to follow up with. In this current state, I do not remember who those people are. I am 90% sure that I did follow up with them though, because I just remember the space that I was in that week. Like, boom, let me just crank these emails out. Prep for speaking engagement. Okay, so I had the speaking engagement. It was phenomenal. Okay, it was a retreat specifically for Black women who are caretakers, who of course are not putting themselves first.
Of course not.
But a lot of that, they explored themes of parentification, talking about people who have to assume parental responsibilities at a young age. And we're not talking about chores. We're talking about, like, if you don't cook, you and your siblings don't eat. Right. So parentification, also adultification. So even if you're not assuming the parent role, just taking on the responsibilities of adults, there's the stress that comes along with that. And I did the closing session that was based off of identity. So after, this wonderful group of therapists had taken the participants through all of these various exercises, whether it was around setting boundaries or grief, and how grieving the intangible things kind of beyond death, and understanding parentification, and even taking a look at self-love. I closed the session with an identity session to really focus on who the participants affirm themselves to be, doing some reflective work, taking a look back at their accomplishments and achievements, so that they can connect with that person, doing some values clarification, and then ultimately creating an I am statement to affirm who they want to be whenever they walk out those doors. I got some new ideas on how to execute the I am statement. I've only done it in more corporate settings, and it was a little easier to execute. But in this space, I saw that they needed a different structure. So I'm excited about revamping that. And then I got to close with my famous positive thinking.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
When I tell you the energy in that room was like through the
I love it.
And for a group of people who, this was more of a therapy type session. Like, I think I was the only person there who wasn't a therapist counselor. And so there's a bit more of a serious tone kind of in those spaces.
Yes.
And of course, we always respect the privacy of the participants, and so we don't force them to share. Whereas if I was in a corporate setting, I'd be like, John, what you think?
Right.
But in this setting, I was more open to people sharing if they chose to, and if no one wanted to share, then I just had to be comfortable and move on.
Right.
So there were moments of things that people weren't comfortable sharing, but when that positive overthinking got started, the chitter chatter, the noise, the vibration, the frequency of the room, elevated, and I got more people to share how it made them feel, what were some things that stood out to them, what did they learn about this process, and that was just the affirmation that I needed to keep doing that thing and figuring out how to launch it So I'll be, tapping into your social media expertise as
Yes.
I create this launch plan for 2025. But the speaking engagement went really freaking well.
I love it.
Say all
I
that to
love
say.
it. I love it.
I did it. Fitness and nutrition, girl, I don't remember. Probably not.
I
I don't know.
saw you in the stories working out. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So you're right. 2 weeks ago, yes, I was good. But then what was on my list as number 5 was have a good ass time. And I did that. I went to go see my favorite artist of all time, Stevie Wonder. It was phenomenal. Okay. Like, that man is 75 years old and still singing like he is 15-year-old Stevie Wonder, the boy child genius. Okay. He got jokes. This man be on there talking about he loved his new Hummer because he had to get rid of his Tesla. Sir, who driving?
Who driving? And why do you have a whole Hummer? Like,
girl, but
how do you know the difference of how it is?
He is 75 and still just like in it. And then also, as a music nerd, sonically, shout out to your other best friend, Alyssa. Sis, if you would have been there, baby, me and you, I know how we get down. Okay. Sonically, this was the most phenomenal experience I've ever had.
I can imagine because that's like his eyes, right? Like, so like,
ooh, that's good.
You know, like he sees in music. So he's trying to get you to see in music and experience it the way he experiences it.
Yes. I mean, he had 5 horns. At times it was 3 saxophones, but sometimes that one would pick up a clarinet, horn, a trumpet, and a trombone. He had 3 drummers. 3, not 1, not 2, but 3.
Yeah, 3.
So it was a drummer and then 2 on percussion, depending on what type of percussion they was on at the moment. He was playing all the keys, the keyboard and the piano, one right here, and the harmonica. Plus he had 2 more pianists, keyboard players. Okay. He had 2 guitarists, a bass player, and a whole string section of about 10 people of violins, violas, and cellos. But when my ears were just
wow,
it was definitely an orgasm type of situation. So that was amazing, and I got to go with 2 of my sorors and just building relationships with people, deeper relationships with people, and then I went to homecoming. Okay, so that all happened in the span of 48 hours.
I can't.
Which is why I'm so glad we didn't have accountability call last week, because baby, I was tired. Your girl, you didn't. So while Inez was up sending messages, I was not until Friday when
she didn't go to bed.
Back to life. And so I came back on Friday. So I did the good ass time, had a good ass speaking engagement. I did my 3 prep follow up. We working on the capability statement. I was in the fitness and nutrition game. Fell off last week, but I'm back this week. And I was calling in the things, and I'm still calling those things in. But the mind-blowing joy, connection, and gratitude, call that in. Yeah, baby, it's here every day. It's waiting for me at the door.
At the door. And this is so good.
Yep. Yep.
Because even just thinking about like, y'all, I cannot wait till I have an opportunity to fly to another country, which is coming. Because I'm like, I don't care what nobody say. We are going to be in Zimbabwe in April. Like, it's going to happen. And so that I can reflect and look back at these accountability call videos and just see our progression, like from last year, January 2024, all the way up until now. Like, because baby, when I tell you the way we are calling the things in and experiencing them almost in same time at this point, it's just like, yes, we're getting it. Whew. Okay, so what are we calling in this week? I've written down 2 things. Now, another thing that I learned last week that I didn't talk about was, and this came from the same person who gave us the capacity matrix.
Oh, I love her.
I am so glad that either you sent me or I found her. I don't even know how I found her. Okay, yes. I'm so glad because I love her. Like, so she had a video and she talked about how how do you build consistency when you kind of view yourself as somebody who's inconsistent, right?
Mm.
Or even if you don't view yourself as inconsistent, like, there are things that you want to achieve, but you haven't been able to achieve them because you haven't been consistent in this space, right? And she talks about how you need to shift your mindset from thinking that, I need to be more consistent at working out. Or for instance, for me, I need to be more consistent at, eating the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And instead affirm, or no, not consistent, that you need to be more committed, right? You need to be more committed to doing your workout, or you need to be more committed to, eating the right things, to change your mindset to say, I am committed to my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever it is that you are trying to do, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, is in some way tied to freedom in that area. Yep. Right? And when I tell you, I have been using this affirmation in real time last week, every single day, to make the right decisions with regard to what I'm eating. In the moment, my mom made some biscuits last week. Now I know these biscuits are yummy because I ate them my whole life, but I also know that they are processed, and I don't do processed food. Mm-hmm. But my inner child wanted to eat the biscuits. Okay. In that moment, I was able to shift my energy to eating an apple because I kept saying, I'm committed to my freedom. I'm committed to my freedom of staying cancer free, right? Mm-hmm. I'm committed to that freedom, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things on my list that I'm calling in this week is my commitment to my freedom and my health and my wealth, right? The decisions that I'm making day to day, the actions that I'm taking day to day, I plan to continue to affirm that I am committed to my freedom. Even like, my husband has been making me juices. And if y'all don't know my story, I'm a bladder cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with bladder cancer when I was pregnant with my first daughter, and changed my whole, diet, did all naturally, heal myself. And my husband has been making me juices, child. And some of these juices are all right. Some of it is a mess, but they're the best for me because they help to heal your bladder, and they got all the things that I don't want to eat, and then you're juicing them, and it's the best. So in drinking my juices, I had just been like, literally, I had to say I'm committed to my freedom, and so is my husband, in order to drink, right? Yep. And it has been huge for me. So that is that's the number one thing on my list of things I'm calling in this week, is that maintain commitment. The other thing is more connection and intimacy in my marriage. Mm-hmm. I am a person who, when I start working on a goal, baby, I'm an engineer. I used to be in front of computers all the time. I can sit at that computer, and I will sit at that computer until I'm done. Do not distract me. I don't care if I eat. I don't care if I drink until I'm done, period. Which served me well at a certain stage in my life. But at this stage of my life, it ain't gonna work. Okay. I got to be able to detach my mind and then connect in other places, whether it be with my children or my husband. So one of the things I want to do this week is be more intentional about connecting with him, and maintaining intimacy there. Those are my top two things thus far. I'm gonna come up with some more as you tell me some of yours,
baby, because I got the list. I'm on 6, and we supposed to be 5.
Oh, okay then.
And that's not even including my calling ins. So the capability statement is on there because it is tied to some big local opportunities. And what I'm learning how to do is make space for multiple streams of income within one business. Mm-hmm. And so I have some government contracting work that I'm working on over here. I have some coaching, but it's really leadership development style coaching relationships that I'm working on over here. Then I still have my speaking. I in my spirit just now, I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if I'm not supposed to do it, but we're gonna have to explore if I'm still doing that. The speakeasy coaching group. Oh. Something just was like, girl, stop. But anyway.
said, girl, stop.
It hit me as I was talking. So anyway, the
Mm-hmm.
capability statement is tied to a specific stream, a specific relationship with multiple revenue opportunities there. So that has to get done. But there's some filings and like documents that I have to upload, which we all know Nitra hates the admin. But I'm doing it. I've been taking the steps. I've been collecting the documents. So fine. I have some other administrative filings that I need to get done. I don't know if we celebrated this on here, but your girl finally did her taxes.
Oh, we didn't celebrate, but we celebrated it. But we wasn't on here, honey. Yes. You've been here for a little bit of a long time. You know, it's been a long time.
Completely done. I feel like we might have celebrated me submitting everything, but they are done. They are filed. Personal taxes and all 3 businesses.
Come on.
Done. So just want to take a moment because I was talking about administrative filing. So then I have I was talking to a friend of mine and we were discussing how there's money out there that's waiting for us that we just need to follow up on and go get it. Mm-hmm. So I got some follow up and go get it money that I need to work on. So that includes a couple emails to people and I need to update some proposals and get those out there. I forgot about that one. Mm-hmm. And what's her name? Oh shit, what's her name? So that's 3 capability statement, admin filings, go get your money updates. Then for BNI, the networking group that I'm a part of, I have slacked. I haven't done any one-to-ones. I'm supposed to be doing 4 a month. It's the end of the month. I don't think I've done any in October. So I need to follow up on that. I need to do my trainings for that. I had put the Chamber of Commerce PR launch, which is tied to the Speakeasy coaching group. I don't this time I said it don't feel bad. So we'll see. And then I have fitness and nutrition. And that doesn't include what I'm calling in. I'm just going to repeat my calling in list from last 2 weeks ago. 2 speaking gigs that are corporate, 10 sold out seats for November and December. Speakeasy coaching group. Marketing ease. I don't even know what that meant, but I'm gonna call it in again because it'll come back. And definitely continue to call in. Mind blowing joy, connection, and gratitude.
Come on.
All the things.
Come on, like this is good.
Mm-hmm. What you got to add to it?
So I've been listening to this video with Neville Goddard about acting as if everything always works out for you.
Because it does.
Mm-hmm. So I'm calling in admin as if everything always works out for me. That's how I'm gonna be adminning this week.
Yep.
That's how I'm gonna be adminning. As if it's just gonna work out because it do work out. The other thing I was thinking about is as you were talking through your things that you were calling in, I realized that it has been a while since on my calling in was an actual tangible amount of money. Back in the day, I was calling in money for my real estate investment property over and over and over again. So I really want to put down the amount of money. And when I think about it, my mind wants me to reduce it, but I'm not going to. So I'm calling in $20,000. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's gonna come from, but it's coming, right? Yep. Let me see. I'm trying to think about if I've hit all the areas. I've hit like my wealth, I've hit my health, I've hit my marriage, I've hit my responsibilities and this admin stuff. I've hit the coins. Let me think here. Oh, that's the other thing, peaceful parenting.
Oh yeah. I didn't do anything with parenting.
I'm gonna put that on there as well. Because it's just a reminder for me to think about it as I'm going throughout my day. Because, honey, these kids be trying you, girl. Okay. Like they be trying us.
And they do.
And we are the generation of allowing them to. One of my friends sent me a message. She was like, I realized that my job is to not help my son be successful, but it is to help him successfully be who he is.
Yes.
Like, to find out, to figure out who he is and to successfully be that.
Yep.
And I was like, ooh, girl, you right.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we're talking about human design and just like, you know, incorporating that understanding of who your child is and allowing them to lean into that and making space for them to do that day to day. So that is what I'm going to do to cap off my 5 for the things that I'm calling in this week. So yes. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to put on here for 6 because it just hit my mind. One of the things that I want to do this week is I want to be like, I've realized that now that I've pivoted into into digital marketing, social media is now my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and because I have used social media so long, even from phase of like college student to adult to you just all think, it's almost like I retrain my brain when I get on social media, right? Like, girl, you at work, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just
you're not here for fun.
You're not here for fun.
Right.
And if I'm here for fun, you got to schedule the fun. But right now, you at work.
Right.
Right.
Do your job and get off.
Do your job and get do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job. So I'm gonna what I want to call in is execution on my job, right? On social media. And less like research and just no, girl, execute things. Because last night, baby, it's funny because you know my brain I hit all the social media stuff. So one of the things I started doing last week was I started like capturing how I get from A to B, because I get to B so fast, I can't teach you how I got there. I don't even know. I don't know. So as I was researching and building out what I want to launch for my new IG page, I was like, this is going to be helpful for the people that I'm helping, because I'm helping women who are, you know, around my age, who have a lot of responsibilities, all the things. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm trying to find ways to make it easier, blah, blah. So I came up with all these ChatGPT prompts that I use in order to create my brand. But as I was creating the brand, I was capturing the prompts so that other people can use it, so that I can have it as a digital product, right? Which I've never done before. So that was one way of like actually executing on capturing the process, which I have been trying to do for years. I have not been able to capture nothing. And you know, my memory ain't ish already. Nope. Right. So I'm like, no, you have to capture the process. Like, that's a part of your execution. You have to do that. So then last night I was watching this girl on YouTube, and I went and found her on Instagram. And I was scrolling through her posts because she's also is a mom. She's also in digital marketing. And she had a post on there, and she was basically like, you, and it was like a meme. She was like, you the one who need to stop scrolling, go do your work. And go create a post. And in her, she was like, stop researching, just go create. I was like, you know what? She was like, set a timer for 20 minutes and do it. And because I did that last night, I was able to batch all 3 of my reels in 45 minutes. Okay, which is game changer, because last week it was taking me an hour just to do one.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I was able to boop, 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 boop. I was like, this is what I need to do. Set a timer and execute.
Yep.
Ain't no research. Ain't no comparison. Ain't no looking to see what nobody else doing. Execute. So I'm putting on here that I'm calling forth focused execution. Okay. In my business. Because baby, ain't no need. It ain't no need.
Ain't no need.
No. And I'm gonna put on here as a reminder, set a timer, because once you get the momentum, then you just be rolling. So yes. Okay, so my word, because we sticking to our words. Unless you are using this word.
Girl, we exceeding, baby. We're not doing nothing else but exceeding.
Okay, so we exceeding. I'm gonna keep my word principles. Yes, because We're standing on business and we're standing on principles for the rest of the year, which, by the way, it's about to be November. Whoo! Yes.
It's gonna be a good week. I feel it.
I feel it.
I received it. I welcome it.
I
That's
do.
it.
I do.
That's it.
Y'all go follow us on Instagram at International Inez. Which one is yours, Z?
Just Zanitra.
Just Zanitra. And Just Zanitra. I posted a reel today where I'm giving away a free step-by-step guide that I got from one of my new mentors in digital marketing, who has made $24 million in the last 4 years in digital marketing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So go on over there, send me a DM, so you can get this guide as well, because I'm planning to use it step by step to walk myself from 0 to 10 to 20K months. Okay. And other than that, we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.